morning to 126, day 126. Let's get up on the top. Big Win Stanley in the house. There we go. Ugh. Okay, I'm going for water today. It says, it's got to find another way up. That's it. I'm up. Okay, nothing changed obviously since last night, so not going to go too mad today. But today what the plan is, my plan. First plan is to get blocks here. So we're going to order blocks. We need at least 1,200 minimum. Probably need about 3,000 to 4,000 in total, but we'll start off with 1,200. What else do we need? We need carpenters. So we need a couple of carpenters to be on site as soon as possible to start helping with the boxing up of the columns. Big bad boy here and the ones at the front we've seen. Also, when we get these blocks to 8 foot, which is 12 courses like over there, then we got a 2 foot beam being made. So the rebar guys need to be making that beam to install. It just literally slides down. Once that's in, we need to box it up so the guys can start pouring. So the aim today, block to 12 courses. Rebar guys make the beams. Beams drop in. Hopefully we can get some carpenters, ideally today, tomorrow, to box up. And then Saturday and Sunday is physically getting that concrete poured, and then another 4 courses on top of that to take it to the 12 foot height. That's the goal. But obviously we are on Thursday today, so the chances of that happen are going to be very slim, because at the moment it's really all about blocks being delivered and being put in and poured. So that's the aim anyway. We're going to try and go for that. The main contractor is confirmed already this morning, is on the order. So fingers crossed, apart from the delay of that arriving, we can get stuck into the goal. Downstairs, the basement is still being done out. So today they're going to continue sweeping out the actual sand and the muck. They're going to identify what concrete is actually set on the floor. So it's going to have to be sort of drilled a little bit to get off, and they're obviously going to spade the rest. And then there's the storage area next door to that as well, which needs to have the same thing done. So that all needs to be swept out, spaded out. All the material that's in there needs to be put into a dry place and stock controlled. Other than that, that's pretty much the goal for the day. So I'm going to liaise with the site manager now to make sure he understands that goal. And then we also need to make sure that the material that is needed arrives in a timely manner so we can get on with it. So you can definitely see the difference in the 8 foot. And then 8 foot height, that is where the 2 foot beam needs to go on top of that now. So we need to get everything to that height by the end of play today. So tomorrow is literally putting the beams in, boxing up, pouring, so we can actually spend the remaining of the time putting the 4 courses on for Friday. In the meantime, tomorrow we should have a start on this, like I said yesterday. So we need an excavator here, digging out the septic tank and all the actual lines that go all the way up the side of the building. We also need the plumbing here to make sure we can start installing the drainage. And we've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday, ideally 4 days, to get that dugout installed and backfilled. That also means that we can literally bring all of this here, we can level that off. We can also bring the mud, which you can just about see through this screen over here. We can bring that mud over, and we can try and bring this up to about the 3 foot, 4 foot height that we need. That also means then we can start moving anything from the front over, where the containers are. We can bring that backwards, and then we can start on the driveway, putting the infrastructure into the ground, electric power, aircon, gas. We can take the driveway to height with marl, and then the next stage next week will be obviously putting the relevant levels down, so the blinding, the BRC, the DPM, etc. Getting ready to pour that, and then they can also start the walls around that towards the end of the week. So we're trying to build a plan. I think I need to try and get that plan very visual and get that in the container so that everybody in a site management capacity understands what we're trying to achieve, broken down by days. So at the end of every day we can actually say achieved or not achieved, and this is how it affects the following day. The block guys, if we give them blocks, they can get this up in no time. So we desperately need those blocks. Andy and his team are down there with stones. They're using stones, that's concrete mix, which means they're still pouring columns. So we need to get those columns, all the columns sorted. As I said last night, all the outer perimeter ones are done, the central ones are done. I would assume that they're now working on these, because I'm not seeing anything on the top, apart from the grey as well. So yeah, that's the plan for today. So I'll check in a bit later on. Foyer has got a bit of height going on. The foyer has got a bit of height. But we now have cement mixer problems. So we've got blocks, but we've got no cement bloody mixer. But anyway, column is going up in height. Not too sure why they're bending that out. They've got to be bloody careful with that. Told them at the bottom that's as wide as it needs to go. You need to be careful with that. No change over there from today. No change on the beam. I've asked them to redo. I've managed to get a course on here, and I managed to get another course on there. So slow morning because of the cement mixer, unfortunately. Still have the rest of the day to obviously get stuff sorted, but obviously no cement, no lay. So at the moment they're manually mixing concrete by hand until the cement mixer can be fixed. So hopefully they can get that sorted. Apparently they've got the chain back on, but it might break again. So let's see how that goes. But yeah, that's pretty much what they're doing at the moment, one course. So since 8 o'clock this morning, there's not been a great deal of courses. So let's see how it goes. They also need to get the wheels on the scaffolding, which are over there now. So they can just wheel the scaffolding where they want.